Ida shyly apologized, sorry guys, no anti-miasma fix yet. But she did figure out that barrier magic is key to blocking and scrubbing that gunk. Plan, recruit barrier mages and level up the research. Turning to Black, she asked, you in for round 2? He grinned. You know it. Suddenly, that lady cut in, shocking Ida and Black. The whole crew bowed deep. So sorry, she admitted her insecurity made them dump everything on genius Ida. Total slacker move. Worse, they totally slacked off and got huge egos. She confessed they were super jelly, dissing Black and the Shield squad. To save face, they bowed again, telling Ida and Black sorry. I was like it's chill. Black agreed, noting he felt the same. So, the Demon King totally wrecked the hero, and humans panicked, grabbing 1,000 mages to block the army. They slapped up a huge magic wall versus the bad guys. Heroes kept trying to fight the boss but kept taking LS. 30 years pass. Black, 39 now, wakes up, stretches, throws on a coat, just morning vibes. Steps out, hyping himself up, still got energy, peeps the demon mob outside. His wall is glitching. Drops down, hands on dirt, starts the magic fix. Pours all his mana in, make that shield thick. But yo, the battery drain on this thing is wild. Fading fast, costing way more juice. Tough luck. Just praying a new hero claps the king soon. Meanwhile, heroine girl stares down the big boss. They rush in, screaming, hitting at the same time. She yells, swings huge, and lands a crit while dodging. The demon king is toast, coughing red, totally shocked. Mumbles no way, tries to speak, then just croaks. Heroine grins, absolute winner vibes. Lifts her sword, screams, we won. To the squad, crazy blue flash from the castle catches his eye. He's like whoa. Then demons flop and vanish. Dude figures the heroes got the W, bad vibes gone. It's real. Stoked that the creepy fog and monsters are dipping. Peace is back. World is chill now. Zero stress. Thinking about his 30-year shift. Paycheck? Month later, guys show up yelling, you're fired. Black's confused. Asks why. Guy calls him a scammer wasting taxes. He explains the wall stopped the nastiness, but dude plays dumb and roasts him. Asking what a trash tier mage like him even does. Other guy literally boots him out. Yelling this shack is ours now. Black walks off, bummed his career ended bad. Guess it's back to his old town for him. Hits the guild in a Tao, spots some loot. Of Atao and was surprised to see gold there. Says that's it. Grandma yells, don't whine. He can't survive on this chump change. And feels crushed. Was the wall totally pointless? Next day, grinding cheap jobs. Mage skills? Nah. He hit up the desk lady, begging for a gig even for peanuts. But Granny said, nope, nothing for you. No demand for bubble boys. A guy jeered, go mow lawns. Another dude scoffed, even weeds don't need blocking. They cracked up while Black stood there, total loser vibes. He took the roasting silently. Then bam! A knock at the door. A knight barged in. Yo, is a barrier mage named Black here? Desk Granny's jaw dropped. Royal Knights? Here? The hecklers were confused. Why were the big guns in this dump? Bet that lame mage committed a crime, they whispered. Black shot a hand up, that's me. I'm Black. The captain stared him down. Gulp. Awkward silence. Heroine Alice sent for you, the knight said. We're hitting the capital. You in? The haters froze. Summoned by the Alice? VIP trip to the big city? They couldn't compute. How does Mr. Useless get a royal invite? Ah, sure, Black mumbled. Sorry for the rush, dude, but we got a jet, the captain said. He pointed to a ride outside. Hop in. As Black walked off, the bullies panicked. Is he legit? Are we gonna get executed for roasting him? Granny stammered, y'all better say sorry, fast. Black climbed aboard and the wheels started turning. The seat was plush, but he felt like a fraud in first class. Me? Summoned? He recalled saving her once. Did she remember? Hours later, they hit the royal capital. Black glued his face to the window. Whoa, massive. So many people. The cart rolled right to the castle. He tailed the captain inside, feeling super sketchy. Suddenly, a cute voice chirped, you made it. It was Alice and an 8-year-old girl with a huge grin. Been waiting for you. Remember me? She asked. Yeah, I do. She squealed, yay. He remembers. Alice said, thanks for saving my butt back then. I got lost near the demon lands, total nightmare. Thought I was toast until you showed up. Black scratched his head. I just threw up a shield. Sorry the squad isn't here, they're stuck in boring meetings. Then she grinned, so, what's next for you? Bet a barrier pro like you is book solid, huh? He chuckled nervously. Yeah, totally open schedule. Truth, he was jobless as heck. Join the Royal Mage Corps, she cheered. Everyone gasped. One guy looked furious. Gunter, 22, a total tryhard vice. Captain of the Royal Mage Corps' 5th Squad, threw a fit, claiming their crew was elite only and barrier dudes were total trash. He told Alice to quit mixing lame shield guys with Times Real Times casters. Alice clapped back, reminding him who actually kept the demon funk and nasty beasts away all this time. Gunnar rolled his eyes, acting all high and mighty, saying beasts fear, times, firepower asterisk, not walls, and magic handles the smog easily. Basically said barrier guys were totally useless space wasters. Black fumed silently, fists tight, recalling the glory days 30 years back. Crazy how much respect they'd lost since then. Gunter smirked, calling Black a washed-up old geezer, hinting only fresh young talent belonged there. He told Alice that Black was skill-less unless he proved he wasn't. Alice smirked, so he just needs to beat you? Bet, Gunter laughed, saying if this dinosaur had the chops to drop him, then sure, whatever. Alice hyped Black up, swearing he'd crush it. Black paused, then shrugged okay. Next thing, they're outside. Facing Gunter's smug grin, Black thought, why me? He just came cause they called him. Gunter did his whole vice Captain intro while charging up a nasty fireball. Don't haunt me when you're dead, he sneered. Then he yeeted a fireball straight at Black's face. Boom! Huge explosion. The crowd thought, rip old guy. While everyone cheered, Gunter cackled about arrogant barrier scrubs getting roasted. But his victory lap got cut short. Annoyed, he turned to yell, then heard, so, did we start yet? Gunter and the squad gaped. Black was chilling, 0 scratches. Gunter's jaw dropped. That shot was meant to toast him. He had no clue how Black tanked it. Ticked off, Gunter prepped another spell. I went too easy. Get wrecked, he yelled, unleashing a way bigger blast. Black just casually put up a shield. Nope, not today. It hit, but Gunter kept spamming fireballs screaming, burn already. The rookies panicked, thinking, he's toast for sure. But Black, blocking everything like it was nothing, thought it felt weak. Is this kid even trying? The impact was super underwhelming. Coughing in the smoke, Gunter smirked. Finally dead, Gramps? Smoke clears, Black's still there, totally fine. Gunter froze. No way. Gunter screamed, losing his mind. How are you not Ash? Black faced Gunter, who was mumbling, no shot. Gunter roasted him, called him trash, who just builds walls. Defense is lame, he sneered. Attack me if you're salty. Black blinked, confused, then raised a hand. Aight, bet, he said chill like. Huh? Gunter blinked. Asterisk bonk. Asterisk a barrier smacked his face. Dude went flying, rolling until he ate a wall. The squad gasped, shook that their VP got wrecked. Gunter got up, cursing, what was that? Walls don't hit, he raged. Black said, I moved it. Easy. Barriers stay put, Gunter yelled. That makes 0 sense. Black scratched his head. 30 years, I got used to it. Is that hacking? He joked. The crowd whispered, wondering if Wall Guy was the real MVP. He tanked every hit without a scratch. OP much? Hearing the shade, Gunter saw red. Losing to a noob? No way. Panic set in. He eyed his crew, who nodded, looking sus. They cheesed a fireball right behind Black's back. It blew up, but Black's auto shield blocked it. Nice try. Everyone gaped. Alice just smirked, knowing the vibes. Clueless. Black spun around and asked, did a pebble hit me? Must be the wind. Gunter's jaw dropped. The wall worked on autopilot? What kind of glitch is this dude? He muttered. Alice beamed. Yeah, show him who's boss. Salty AF, Gunter queued up another spell. Refusing the L, he dumped all his mana into one shot. He prepped a high-level fire nuke. The noobs ran, scared of the splash damage. Die! Gunter screamed, launching a massive fire cannon. Black stood there like an NPC, totally chill. People screamed. Alice? Cool as a cucumber. Normal walls break, but Black was built different. Like when he squashed demons just by shifting walls. Sure enough, Black deleted the fire blast instantly. Gunter froze. He dropped, whining, impossible, totally out of juice. The spectators gasped. Black actually bagged the win. Alice stepped up. Told ya. Barrier squad takes the W. He's totally royal core material, she declared. Gunter raged, he ain't the only one. Where's the rest? The inspectors Turns out the squad ghosted or croaked, swiping the loot on the way out. They slowly just dipped, leaving Black soloing the massive demon shield. Clicked for Black. No wonder the mana drain was insane. Gunter, totally shook, yelled at the guy, asking how one dude guards a zone bigger than the kingdom. He kept pushing, grilling the inspector if he really meant Black soloed that monster shield. Alice smirked, seeing Black totally crush the hype. Out of nowhere, a voice cut through the noise. Someone stepped in asking what's up. Gunter froze solid. It was Lancelot, first division boss. Crowd went wild seeing the top dog in real life for the first time. Lancelot told Gunter to spill the tea. Before Gunter could peep, Alice popped up by Lance, saying she vouched for Black joining the royal squad. But Gunter threw shade, so they had to throw down. Lance asked if they fought. Alice was like, yup. Gunter glared at Black. Hard, but Black chilled. Lance told Gunter, looks like you took the L. Gunter, sweating buckets, tried to bail, saying he went easy cause going hard on a barrier nerd felt wrong. Lancelot cut him off, sick of the lame excuses. Gunter was fuming but too scared to clap back. Lance walked up to Black, saying, skills beat titles. He's officially in the royal squad now. Black was shook, and the others gaped that a shield guy made the elite team. But after seeing him wreck the vice captain, nobody argued. Black grinned, wondering if a guy doing 30 years of shield duty really fit in the top squad. Alice bounced over, grinning and hyping him up. Knew you had it, she beamed. All you, Black replied. She brushed it off. Let's go party. Lance loomed behind her, asking if she seriously thought they had time to slack. Alice groaned as the crew grabbed her. Back to work, Lance said. She begged Black for help, but they dragged her off kicking. Lance turned to Black. She seems into you. What's the deal with you two? Black shrugged. Just friends. Lance side-eyed him. Lots of creeps chase the heroine for clout. Don't be one of them. Lancelot bailed, leaving Gunter staring daggers at his back. Days later, Black hit the Royal Mage dorms. Place was huge, total castle vibes. He crept inside, sweating a bit as he hunted for his room. A squad of girls spotted him and the whispering started instantly. Why is there a grandpa in the dorms? They muttered. Not a senior officer. Look at those rags. Just a commoner? Feeling super awkward under their gaze, Black bolted. Just needed to find his room. Stat. Found room 206, knocked, opened up, and apologized for existing. Inside, a 16-year-old rookie named Esban spun around. Who are you? He asked. Zero chill. I'm Black, he smiled. Your new roomie starting today. Esban freaked. Why am I stuck with an old dude? Then he yelled, wait, you claim the heroine sent you? And you beat Vice Captain Gunter? That's your story? Don't lie to me, Esban screamed. Black blinked okay, yeah. Out loud, it did sound pretty ridiculous. The kid started shaking. You good? Black asked. My life is over. Esban wailed. Teaming with a lying geezer. Team? Black looked lost. What do you mean? Roommates are teammates here. We're linked. Black felt bad. Look, sorry I'm older. But I promise I won't drag you down. Esban stuttered. I mean, it's not totally your fault. He paused, eyeing Black's head. Dude, your hair. It's a disaster. Gonna blind you in a fight. Wanna trim? Minutes later, the cut was done. Well, not bad, huh? Feels fresh, thanks, Black said. Then Esban checked the clock. Crap, training. Suit up, now, he panicked. Black nodded, scrambling. He got changed in record time. Outside, they met Rye and Clara, two 16-year-old rookies. Who's the fossil? Daisy asked. Never seen him, Clara added. He's on our team, Esban sighed. Black gave a little wave. What? Tay shrieked. Why is there an uncle on our squad? Isn't that weird for a new recruit? Chill, Clara said, looking doubtful. You're thinking it too, Tay snapped. Black tuned them out, keeping his cool. Yeah, he was definitely the odd one out in this daycare. A senior officer stepped up. Listen up. New guy incoming. I'm Black, he announced. Barrier Mage, hey everyone. The whispers kicked up again instantly. Is that the guy rumored to have smacked down Gunter? Yeah right, look at him. No shot. Clara and Tay looked skeptical, but Esban looked ready to pass out. Barrier Mage, he groaned. Useless. We are officially doomed. Gunter glared daggers at Black, pure shade. Swearing he'd pay for that earlier cringe moment. The head honcho gathered the squad to say. We were total noobs without a crew assignment yet. Our training scores would decide our fate. Black clocked it, not hired yet, time to grind XP. Then the boss dropped the bomb. That task 1 was a hardcore survival run. We had to frag monsters in Mecha Forest for points. We had 14 days to crush it. Everyone started freaking out because everyone knew that forest was basically a toxic waste dump. Boss just shrugged, said tough luck, and told us to bounce. Black grabbed his loot, while Esban shook, whining that noobs get wrecked there. Esban spun around to Black, begging him not to be a drag. Black was just like, chill. We were told to hop in the dragon wagons by team, to get taxied to our spawn points in the woods. Nobody knew Gunter was plotting to troll Black the whole time. After hours of riding, we hit the tree line. Esban turned pale. What is this nightmare zone? He yelled. Why drop us on a mountain miles away? He cried. Clara saw we were solo. Tay asked, bad RNG or what? Good game. We're finished. Esban howled like a baby. He ranted about his big dreams of the Royal Mage Corps, and this total scam. Daisy snapped, pathetic, your leader, so lead us. Esban just shrieked. Back to zip it. I didn't ask for this gig. Black cut in. They glared like, what's your deal? Maybe check the map? Black said. Since we're, totally lost. They swapped awkward looks, then Esban opened the map. He poked a spot and Clara piped up. We're miles out, but if we sprint, maybe. Dory doubted it. Only if we speedrun it. Go now? Black asked. Guess so, Esban sighed. Dory groaned, over it, and said let's roll. So we trekked down for hours. Esban complained his pack was way too heavy to carry. Stace panted. Are we at the spooky woods yet? Clara eyed Black. Dude wasn't even sweating. She silently wondered if Black's travel vibes were always this awkward. Hours flew, night fell, and boom Mecha Forest arrival. Esban caught the nasty miasma. Tace nodded normies would totally drop dead here. Clara chilled them out, mages like them could tank this easy. Dace double-checked the loot target, level 2 elbow dragon. Eben nodded, pointing at the map spot. Nest is right there. Black asked about levels. Esban gaped. Dude was clueless? Esban schooled him on monster ranks. 10 tiers. Level 1 is noob mode, level 10 is boss mode. Black said, thanks. Eben puffed up his chest, no biggie. But before Esban could gloat, Tace and Clara bailed ahead. Tace yelled at them to hurry up, keep it moving, guys. Esban panicked, wait for me, and sprinted to catch him. They trekked the woods for like an hour. Boring. Snap. Bush noise. They spun around, goblins creeping there. Ebon clocked him. Just level 1 scrubs. He yeeted a fire spell solo, thinking he was the main character. Hit 1, but 2 more jumped him. Instant panic mode. Before they could grab him, a huge magic wave sliced him into confetti. Tay roasted Esban, never drop your guard, genius. Esban gripped his arm, snarling, didn't ask for help, bro. Clara healed him up. Esban mumbled a thanks and sorry. Black just watched silently from the back, chill. Esban glared, why didn't you help? He raged. Tace cut in, dude, you said you had it solo. Esban yelled quiet, but sighed and told Black my bad. While walking, a beast loomed over Esban, ready to chomp. Black saw it and faked a trip. Whoops. Esban dodged the trip, missing the beast entirely. You good? Esban asked. Tace was like, what the heck? Sorry, Black said, touching the ground to secretly cast. Found a shortcut, he lied, pointing away to clear space. Esban nodded. They took the path. Dave called Clara, she followed. Unnoticed, Black stealth killed monsters behind him. Clara felt the vibes, turned back, but saw nothing. Later, Black heard water and pointed, that way. Reached a lake. Finally, break time. Black spotted creeps nearby. Let's bounce, he said. A huge beast rolled up and growled. Before the bite, Black's autoshield bonked it away. Esban, shook by the woke up to noise, asking if Black heard the ruckus. Black stayed chill, claiming he heard zip. Esban offered to guard, but Black was like, nah fam, sleep tight. Esban muttered thanks and crashed again, clueless that Black's shield had the zone on lock. Next day on the road, Esban clocked 0 monsters. Said it was low-key sus how smooth things were going. Clara gave Black major side-eye. Weirded out they only fought total scrubs so far. Recalling he wrecked Gunter, she wondered if he was rigging it. Daisy piped up, saying no boss fights was a total win. Said they were toast, so a boss battle would wreck him. She told him to hustle to the dragon nest. Kato. Back at the kingdom, Gunter smirked to himself. Sure, Black's squad was basically deleted already. He sent them to the sketchiest spot on the map. Even if they hit Mecha Forest, it was Mob City. If they made it, no dragon. Just a level 4 salamander. Arriving at the spot, they froze seeing the beast. The rookie mages freaked out. Tay screamed that thing toasts villages in one breath. He yelled they had to bail, like, now. But before they could bounce, another one trapped him. Esbon dropped, shaking and crying, game over. Sure they'd lose. Daisy and Clara shook in silence. First beast charged up and spat straight fire at him. The squad screamed, scared, but opened eyes confused. Wait, no heat? They didn't know Black was chilling, blocking the fire with his shield. Squad was shook seeing it hold. Clara was like, yo Black, you do that? The beast spat way more fire, making Esban scream they were cooked even with the shield. Black stepped out smiling, told him to chill and wait. Esban flipped out, shouting, what do you mean? But Black just kept walking. Esban yelled, you bait? Said no shield guy solos that. Zeus tried to chill, said Black's sacrifice can't fail, told him to run through the gap. Barrier dropped, and Esban raged, yelling they couldn't ditch the old guy. She said beating that thing was impossible. Clara peeped the flames dying down. Squad stared, confused. Then they saw Black rushing the slice. Barrier to the neck, lizard head goes flying, body flops. Fatality. Squad stood there, jaws on the floor, totally shook. Black wrecked that monster in a heartbeat. Black saw the other lizard charging up a huge fire blast in its mouth. It spat fire, but Black hopped away, blocking with shields. He just hovered there. The beast cocked its head, ready for round 2. Black dodged fireballs, building a barrier staircase in the sky. Closing in, Black formed a crystal barrier glove around his fist and punched the lizard's face with insane force. Boom! The lizard crashed down, cracking the ground wide open. Black turned off his shields, stuck the landing, and grabbed his gear. He acted like that fight was barely a warm-up. Reminded him of the lizards back near the demon lands and guessed these level 4s were actually just scrubs. The newbies, totally hyped, rushed him with a million questions. How's he so OP? Was that just barrier magic? Since when do shields hit back? How'd he do that? Black, confused by the hype, just shrugged, saying he wasn't really that strong. Said he hunts monsters on the side. Totally humble bragging. Clara, though, was absolutely floored. Black didn't just defend, he used barriers as sky steps. Made her rethink how cool barrier magic actually was. She realized Black wasn't just some random old dude. Days later at the dorms, Gunter snickered, sure that Black was toast. He smirked, thinking about the trap he set for Black and his squad, crazy paths, monster mobs, and that lizard nest. The big boss showed up to welcome the teams back. The boss gave props for the good work. Gunter watched, sneering. No way Black's crew made it out. But then the boss said Team F was back first. Gunter froze. Wait, what? He tried to chill. They probably ran away without finishing the job or bringing back any loot. The boss yelled in shock. Gunter grinned, thinking, called it. But the boss gasped, spotting a salamander fang. Looking at their haul, he announced, it was the best score ever. Gunter started sweating bullets. Can't believe a bunch of rejects and a shield guy won. The officer hyped up the team for their total domination. Said our scores are gonna pop off. Told the squad to keep that grind set going. Everyone was hyping each other up, buzzing. Then Sarge asks his buddy, yo, salamander nest on that route? Other guys lost. Nah, Scan said only. Trash mobs were out there. Esbon's flexing, top of the charts, baby. Unreal. Chill, though. Black carried us, soloed that lizard. Clara nodded. Yeah, we'd be toast without him. She nudged Black. Black plays it cool. Nah, pure teamwork, fam. Swearing they clutched it cause they worked hard. I just assisted. Esbon gets emotional at the humble act. Grins, you're too pure, man. I'll buy it. Dude's a legend. Clara gave props too. But Black's thinking they got nerfed on purpose. That match felt way too rigged. While the gang vibed, Gunter lurked, salty as heck. Just wait, he plotted revenge. Days later, class is back in session. Teach drops the news, today's workout is a PvP tourney. Teams sit tight. Eben goes, main field's way too cramped. Duru's like, let's hit field 2. Less drama. Clara's down, so they bounce. Gunter watches, grinning like a villain. At field 2, Esbon wants to spar. Black laughs, go easy. Suddenly, Gunter pulls up. Freeze. Since you're here, I'm owning you today. Esbon whispers, why's VP Gunter coaching us? His friend whispers back, heard they're desperate for staff. Gunter snaps, quiet. Get in line, scrubs. They sigh, yes, sir. Gunter smirks at Black, total shade. Not you. Sit down and watch, useless. Then he starts wrecking the team. Sex later, T's floored. Clara rushes to heal. Gunter trolls him, Why so weak? Real monsters would have deleted you by now. Get up. Round 2, he screams. Black tries to step in, but Gunter yells, stay put. You deaf? I'm fixing your trash friends, he sneers. Black glared daggers, but Gunter just grinned, loving Bla's salty face. That was the vibe he wanted, making Black feel totally useless. Gunter spun on the newbies, barking at them too. Quit slacking and form up, hands glowing hot as he aimed at the squad. Get in line, he yelled, or I'll roast you myself. Then he chucked a fireball right at the screaming kids. Asterisk boom, asterisk, as it hit, he sneered, oops, telling. Black his pals were toast cause his hand slipped after that insult. Gunter smirked at Black. Don't get it twisted, bro. Just guiding him, not unaliving them. Okay, maybe I went too hard. They might be a little crispy. Gunter pointed proudly at the new recruits. Smoke's clearing. Check out your wrecked friends. But when the haze faded, the squad was chillin', safe behind a shield. Gunter's jaw dropped. How are you guys not cooked? Esbon checked himself. A barrier? Did Gramps do this? Gunter eyed Black. Asterisk, did he? Asterisk, nope, dude hadn't budged. By now, the other teachers clocked the drama with Team F. Seeing the kids beat up, they asked, yo, what's the deal? Just aggressive tutoring, Gunter lied smoothly. But they're tapped out, so I'm wrapping it up. Liar. It's bullying, Esbon screamed. Clara was fuming too. Gunter rolled his eyes, ready to bail. Black watched as Clara stepped up. We're taking this win. She shot Black a wink. He felt the hype building. Bring it, Gunter. They shouted. We ain't quitting. The teachers loved the grit. That's the spirit. Don't let Vice Captain Gunter win. Gunter was salty but couldn't dip without looking lame. He nodded as the squad hyped each other up to win. Gunter flared up. You runts can't beat me. He threw a mega blast, but they didn't even blink. Safe behind the shield, Espan laughed. That all you got? Gunter gaped at the wall. Hiding? Cowards. The trio just aimed their spells right at Gunter. Who's the cheat now, you creep? Espan jeered. Asterisk bam, asterisk, they fired everything they had at Gunter. Direct hit, Esben cheered, but Gunter looked. Asterisk livid asterisk. You punks, he roared. You're dead meat. The kids froze, suddenly terrified. Black leaped in front, staring Gunter down furiously. Enough, a teacher bellowed. What is this? Just training. Gunter pleaded. Save it. The teacher snapped. I know you've got a grudge. Dude had major beef with Black and kept trolling Team F. Teach spilled the tea. He investigated the whole mess and raged that. Starting now, Gunter is fired. Enjoy the demotion, loser. Gunter stood there shook, playing the victim and hating on Black. Next thing you know, inside the room, Esfin's like, he totally had it coming, which the squad backed. Zeus admitted it felt awesome to watch and said, even that first exercise was just Gunter trying to mess with them. Esban called him trash for being so petty towards Black. Black's all my bad guys, but Esban shut it down. Not your fault, bro. T nodded, saying they just got dragged into the way. Drama, but Sven was like, don't talk like that. Then they swarmed Black, demanding the secrets to his OP stats. Tios geeked out over his unique barrier hacks, and Clara was intrigued. He's about to spill the beans when times knock knock asterisk. A maid opens up, Lady Ida, the wisdom witch, summons you. He points at himself like who, me, but she just yoinked him out the door, yelling, we gotta move, now. Zeus is confused, while Clara's thinking, who is this guy, really? Boom, they warp to the Onria kingdom, right at the magic lab. The boss witch is waiting. Edita, looking like a tiny toddler, waves and says, long time no see, bestie. He hits her back with, glad to see you're still kicking. He goes for a head pat, but the maid panics. Stop, she's a once-in-a-lifetime genius. Don't treat her like a kid. Black's like my bad, you mad? But she's chill. Nah, I don't mind. She cut straight to the chase. She dragged him here to help bag some monsters. Catching them is a total nightmare. Cause regular cages fail. Beasts just go berserk mode. Plus, they leak this nasty miasma stuff. Makes field study risky and honestly, pretty useless. But if they could haul him back to the day lab, they could study their weird habits, figure out the poison, and maybe find a cure. Black's like, heroes have that goddess shield against the smog, right? So basically, only the hero squad can survive the demon realm's toxicity. Back to business, she asks if he can capture level 5 beasties with his magic walls. Maid jumps in, no way. You're expecting too much. Black just shrugs. I think I can handle it. The maid drops her jaw. Say what now? Yeah, level 5? Easy. Edita just grinned. She figured if a level 4 newt was easy, bagging level 5 beasties was a breeze. But the lady went full Karen, shouting. He was totally capping just to look cool in front of the squad. She was like, zero chance you handle that with just shields, bro. Black was chill, saying, it's fine, but she kept calling him a liar. Ida shut it down fast. Black's on the team. Period. Deal with it or leave. That shut them up quick. The girls got shook and mumbled sorry immediately. Ah told Black to ignore the drama, she'd make sure the council counted his work. Black peeped the plan training credit secured and gave her a thumbs up, but Miss Salty silently guessed Black had major dirt on Ada. We gotta save her, she thought. Black felt the cringe vibes heavily. Ada yelled, road trip to the Berber mine. Move your butts, let's go. And everyone scrambled. Minutes later, squad ready. Ah said Black was lucky to reunite with his savior. Did you see the others? She asked. Yeah, I saw him, he replied. Alice is good. Ida cracked up, classic Alice, always fine. They lolled together, which triggered the lady who wondered why a basic shield guy was besties with Ida. Super sus. Ah spilled the tea. If he didn't save us in the Death Forest, we'd be toast. Black flashed back to that day. He was grinding XP alone just outside the demon zone. Totally random, but he saw someone getting wrecked by mobs. So he jumped in. Asked Alice if she was good. She begged to save her crew. He scooped Alice up and scanned the map, finally finding the squad trapped by monsters. Ida said that forest messes with your brain, making you split up and get lost. Basically, if he hadn't pulled up, they would have died. She thanked him again for the clutch save. Black whispered, no biggie, but she laughed. You haven't changed a bit. Suddenly, some kiddos zoomed by, living their best lives. Black watched him. Looks like a vibe, he mumbled. He'd been solo grinding shield since age 9. Kinda jealous of that fun. A was shook. You've been solo this whole time? He asked if she ever played. As if. Ah scoffed. Proudly. I'm a natural mage, I don't do kid stuff. But watching them, her eyes got all soft and sad. Deep down, she knew. Days later, they rolled up to the mine. The vibe was toxic, way more miasma than they expected. The lady whispered to Ah, this looks too risky for anyone but me, to be honest. A asked Black, can we bubble up and move the shield? The lady paused, skeptical. Is that even a thing? Yup, Black said. She shrieked, no way. That's impossible. Black ignored the haters, cast the barrier, and strutted into the fog. The lady yelled, walking into that poison is crazy. Step in there? Suicide. Just a massive, deadly flex. Black spun around, y'all coming? They gaped, shocked he was still kicking. Ida chimed in, saying the barrier was legit. Told him to ditch the ride since it wouldn't fit inside. This totally threw the squad. Inside, they freaked out that the shield actually blocked the smog, way thicker than anything they'd ever seen. Still, Miss Priss rolled her eyes. Blocking gas? No biggie, she scoffed, acting unimpressed as they trekked deeper. Black noticed the place was a ghost town. Zero monsters. Ida figured the source was buried way deeper in the cave. Black bet it was a boss beast, a cursed item, or just nature acting up. He said those creepy cursed objects, man-made or natural, always pump out this toxic junk. Sometimes huge beasts just spawn out of nowhere, spewing fumes. Gas makes monsters, monsters make gas. Total doom loop. The Demon King was basically the CEO of that whole mess. Ida dropped a fun fact, whack the main source monster, and all the baby creeps vanish instantly. Poof. When the king went down, half the demon world evaporated. But, not every baddie faded away. Black grinned. If they could crack the code on how this slime works, they could stop it for good. High stakes stuff. The girl, Mr. Rock, and totally face planted. Well, almost. Black snagged her hoodie just in time. She turned beet red. He warned her the ground was tricky and sketchy, then asked if she needed a piggyback ride like a toddler. She shoved him away. Don't baby me. I'm a genius, not a normie. Told everyone to chill and keep moving. Hit a room full of fog, then boom, a monster jumped out, roaring like crazy. A level 5 minotaur. Yikes. Black said bag it, but Miss Sassy stepped up. We got this. Her nerd squad blasted magic, but the cowman just grinned and tanked it all. Miss Priss and the crew were totally shook by its defense. Ida yelled, basic spells won't work, we need shield guy. The girl stuttered, you think he times can fix this? Floored, her team started begging her to do something fast. Claiming to be the Witch of Wisdom, She panicked but stepped up. Trying to save face, she raised her stick and faced down the giant beefcake. Black watched, worried she was about to get wrecked. That bull beast screamed like a banshee, totally freezing Ida in her tracks. Black peeped the lag and saw the monster swinging a huge axe at her face. Boom! A barrier popped up just in time to tank the hit. Everyone gasped as Black boxed the beast inside a shield like a gift. One girl stuttered, then yelled, "Back off, loser. Get out of the way." She cut in, screaming for everyone to chill out, and reminding him they literally hired Black just to bag this monster. Still shaking, the girl bet the shield was gonna shatter any second. Ida was all chill, saying, "Relax, a pro barrier cleans the bad vibes. Just by locking that ugly thing in the box, they could drain its mojo." Girl was shook. AA walked up, eyes wide at the helpless level 5 beast. She figured it was a wild feat, knowing her own magic couldn't do jack like that. Ida spun around. "Props, Black." "Alright squad, let's bounce." She breezed past Black, shot him a grin, and said, "Nice save, hero. Now keep lugging that beast." Black watched her go, wondering if she'd actually been freaking out. Days later, high-fived everyone. "Good job, time to study these creeps." The crew stared down the giant bull man right in front of them. Ida smacked the barrier and chuckled, "These boxes are super handy for moving heavy trash." She asked Black, "How long can you keep this up?" He shrugged, "If I'm close? Forever, basically. But," he added, "basic shields usually flop once the mana juice gets cut off." Ah frowned, "That's a bummer. Any fix for that?" That girl said, "Maybe we just zap it again with magic?" Black whipped out a seal. "Nah, this sticker solves it." Annoyed, she asked, "Is there anything you can't do?" A asked what it was. "Just a doodle I made for the demon zone. It basically keeps the shield running on autopilot without constant mana." Ida froze. "Wait, I saw something like that near the Badlands." "Never heard of this tech," she said. "Creator must be a genius." Black chuckled, nervously. "Thanks." Ida blinked, surprised. "You made this?" He nodded. "Yeah, think I was like 9 years old." Black explained, "See, 30 years back, when Demon Smog was eating the world, mages grouped up. But they had zero prep, and at first, they were stuck holding shields manually. No breaks. So I whipped up a circle that banks mana. Charge it up, and the shield stays lit for ages, so mages could actually nap and eat." He said the plan was for 100 peeps to juice up a barrier for the whole demonhood. But plot twist, looks like he was the only dude left to finish the grind. It drained a crazy amount of mana. Total nightmare mode. Everyone flipped at her story. Black was like, "Yo, what's the tea?" Ida was hyping him up, saying he pulled off something legendary and asked why he wasn't flexing harder. "No biggie," he shrugged, touching the circle. "Let's park that convo." Black started charging up his mojo and asked if they should hit the switch on the shield, then bubbled the Minotaur, saying it'd stick for a few hours just in case. Said he'd hang tight nearby while they snooped around. Ida grinned, "You're a lifesaver, dude." She told the squad to start creeping on the miasma monsters. The crew was down and got straight to grinding. Soon the nerds were busy while Black babysat the cowman. That night, everyone bailed to crash, leaving just Black in the lab. One lady dipped, and Black saw only Ida was still grinding. Still busy, she told him she set up a crash pad for him and said he could chill there unless she needed a mana refill. He asked about her. She said she gotta speedrun this research to save peeps from the monster mess. Black told her he'd stay, which made her ask if he was pitying her. She added that if that was the vibe, she didn't need it. "Nah, just scared my barrier might glitch. First time trying this," he lied. Unfazed, she said, "You do you." He was like, "Bet." A week later, the squad was still poking the miasma monster. Same deal at night, everyone dipped to sleep, leaving only Black. The lady bounced too. Black told Ida, "Be right back," and she just waved him off. He caught up to the lady. "Yo, got a sec?" She asked what's up. He said he didn't wanna be a Karen, but asked why everyone ghosts Ida early. She snapped, calling him a weirdo. "Stop being nosy." He chill asked, "She's been grinding solo forever. Y'all don't think about helping?" She huffed. "Ida's a total galaxy brain. We're too basic to help." She added that she's OP at magic and science. We lag behind even when we try. Staying late would just nerf her flow. "If you're useless, go home," she said, walking off. He sighed, rude. Back in the lab, he found Lil Ida passed out on her desk. Peeped the zombie bags under her eyes and tossed his jacket on her to stop the shivering. Later, someone yelled lunch and cleared the room. The squad bolted, hyping up the cafe steak like it was gold. Solo again. Ida pulled out some sad, crusty bread. Black was like, "Girl, you're trapped here, go eat real food." She said she'd crash in her room, feeling guilty for keeping him. He laughed it off, swearing he was hanging out cause he wanted to. She told him to go feed himself, so he finally caved. Black wandered into the cafeteria where the crew was feasting. Someone went, "Classic Mrs. A, grinding solo, her hustle is literally insane." Others chimed in, "We're trash compared to her, we just block her." They said her brain power was on another level, way over their heads, and hyped how she bagged monsters solo, no sweat. That one lady bragged they should just let the genius handle the drama. She called Ida the kingdom's total MVP. Said as long as they trailed her, it's all good vibes. Black wasn't buying it. Yeah, hard pass on that opinion. They all jumped up, triggered. "Excuse me? What's that mean?" Black got real. Dumping everything on a genius kid ain't exactly grown up. She is literally 13 years old, guys. The lady yelled, "Stop babying her. She's the magic goat, way above you." The rest nodded, claiming she's an old soul, and Black was totally clueless. Black admitted Ida was a wizard whiz kid, probably smarter than all of them combined. But skills don't make you an emotional adult, he countered. He noted how she stared jealously at other kids and was totally freaked out by that minotaur. She's just nice and smart, acting how you boomers want her to. Stepping up to the lady, Black grilled her, "Can you honestly say she's grown? Ever actually talk to her? Like, about her feelings?" The whole table went dead silent. The lady opened her mouth but had zero comeback. A dude grabbed her, signaling everyone to bounce. They walked right into an exhausted Ida. Nobody said a peep. Super awkward. Black tried to explain, but she ghosted him, leaving him stressing. That night, Black sat in his room, deep in his feels. A knock broke the vibe. He opened up. Ida stood there. "Can we talk for a sec?" He let her sit and gave her tea. She mumbled a sorry. He just draped his coat over her again. "It's freezing," he smiled. "Thanks," she mumbled, sipping. "Wow, actually hot." Ida zipped it. For a sec, then cringe apologized for the drama. "Nah," Black shrugged, "I totally crashed your party. Is it always this chaotic for you?" "At first, I was hyped," Ida admitted, "but then everyone got super toxic. Called me genius just to make me do their work." "So you grind while they ghost?" Black guessed. "Pretty much my life story. I just attract users, I guess." She got real. "I'm just a random village kid. Parents were total normies, zero magic cred. But I read a spell book when I was basically a baby. I got obsessed. Mom and dad saw dollar signs, threw every spell at me. I geeked out hard. So yeah, suddenly everyone's calling me the genius, no pressure. Had to adult before puberty, cause geniuses don't cry. Books and fights. My destiny started at 6. I was desperate not to be a flop. They wanted stats, not a kid. I had to deliver." She froze. Fists tight. Black asked gently, "You scared of monsters?" Her eyes popped. "You knew? Saw you panic at the Minotaur. You looked ready to bail." "Okay, you caught me. I'm a total chicken. Only lived cause the tanks took the hits. I just cast buffs from the back, shaking, like, literally petrified of monsters. Solo? Never happening." "Same," he said. "They freak me out too." "You? No way. I just fake it to stay alive. With time, you go numb." She sighed. "Wish I could." Black smiled. "You're good as is, though." "I'm not," she yelled. "I gotta be strong. They want a god tier mage." She grabbed her head. "Can't let him down. If I fail, I'm trash to them." Voice cracking, she quoted her mom. "Who wants a daughter who isn't a genius? Teachers would just dump me like garbage." Whispers stung villagers asking if she was a fake, coworkers yelling they wouldn't follow a nobody. Crushed, Ida covered her ears, sobbing for the cruel voices to stay, terrified of being abandoned. "I'll be good," she vowed. "I'll be the genius adult you want." Then, a warm hand on her head. "Black." His voice was a soft blanket. "It's okay," he promised, never leaving her side. She finally breathed. "You've been through so much," he murmured. "It's been way too hard." He asked if she was hurting, and that just broke the dam. Ida lost it. Black praised her efforts, his sweet words shattering her last defenses. She clung to him, crying like a normal kid. "I just want to play. Eat candy. Sleep. Hang with my family." Admitted she loved science but hated the battles. "Monsters hurt. I'm scared." Sobbing, she asked, "Why can't I trust anyone?" "Kids are allowed to rely on adults," Black said gently. She shook her head. "No. Everyone says I'm a genius, so I have to handle it. Witches of wisdom don't get to be weak. I have to act grown up. Black patted her hair. You don't have to try so hard, just be you. Lean on me. Ida peeked up, eyes wobbling. Really? You sure? Black gave a warm smile, totally sure. She squeezed him tight, soaking in the warmth, head resting on his lap. Relaxing, she whispered, thanks. He held her hand, stroking her hair until peace came. Black smiled. Finally, she was just a girl. Vulnerable. Real. Gazing out, her mind drifted. Back to the day he saved her from that monster horde. Battle over, he'd rushed to her. She was collapsed, shaking with fear. While she slept, he prepped to leave, fixing the barrier. Then, a whimper. Her hand reached out, trembling, searching for comfort in the dark. Black took that hand, the hand of a lonely girl just wanting acceptance. Just like now, his touch calmed her instantly, even in her sleep. Don't go, she'd mumbled. Don't leave me alone. I'm right here, Black had whispered. Not going anywhere. Days later, Black chilled on the street, casual gear on, waiting. A cheerful voice popped up. Did I keep you waiting? Black grinned. Ida, dressed cute, free from titles and pressure. A few days back, she'd rallied her team. Let's crush it today. Guys, they stammered, serious faces on. We'll do our best. They worked, but Ida missed the awkward glances thrown her way. Black noticed, though. Always did. That night, they bailed, leaving her alone. Next day? Repeat. She led the team, but nothing changed. Same old story. Same vibes. By day 4, reading a book, her brain just quit, couldn't focus at all. Ugh. She slammed the book shut and stormed to Black. Surprise hug attack. I'm totally done, she yelled, admitting she was fried. And over it. Black patted her head. Rough one, huh? Feeling better, she cheekily asked for more head pats and a giant squeeze. He was down. Seeing her stress, Black wanted to help out. Day off tomorrow? Wanna do something? He asked. Yes. Date with you, she hyped. Next day? Street market vibes. Am I late? Ida panicked. Nope, just got here, he grinned. Let's roll. They strolled the busy market, total sensory overload, so many stalls and people. First time here? Black teased. Yep, Ida confessed. Been a hermit studying since I got to the capital. Zero fun, she sighed. Good, he smirked. She looked totally lost. He grabbed her hand. New stuff is way more fun to explore together. She beamed, totally agreeing. They roamed around, snacking on sweets. Ida spotted kids playing tag nearby. Go join the squad. Black nudged her. Watching her play happily made him grin. Sun went down, shops closed up, time to ditch the new friends. She smiled at Black. Thanks a million. Near the magic lab, she stopped to gawk at sparkly jewels on a cart. Black caught her looking. See something you like? Ida blushed and hesitated, then peeked closer at the gems. Black grabbed the blue pendant she eyed. We'll take this, he told the vendor. Ida freaked, insisting she'd pay up, but Black winked. My treat. Stunned, Ida watched him pay. She lifted the necklace, thanking him big time. She hugged the gift tight, grinning like crazy, making the seller chuckle. Cute dad and daughter you got there. They froze, then cracked up laughing. Didn't even correct him. Back to the lab, vibes were high. A week later, team huddle in the lab.